And we are live. Yes, we're live. At 9:30. It's been a busy night. Meetings, phone calls, emails, customer service with Walmart. Oh, it's just been nutty. Contradicting stories with Walmart, which is kind of weird what I just went through just now with Walmart. They're trying to help though. They're being very helpful. It's not Walmart. It was the the third party merchant that was having the issues here. But it's on their site. That's who they're using. So they feel somewhat responsible. People that they're promoting on their site as a third party to have things shipped to you. It's on the Walmart site. This is on their pages for items. So it kind of represents and puts a certain image that they don't want to project for themselves to customers. So that was pretty good how that worked out. Not really. I really don't know what's going to happen yet, actually. I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm hoping it's going to have a happy ending. What am I missing? Rumble. Twitch. No, it's a $600 something order that I haven't gotten yet. Amole. I'm a little concerned about this one. I just went through an experience with eBay. Now I'm dealing with another experience similar with Walmart. But eBay was worse. Wow, look at those colors. Those are some nice colors. Can you imagine if the moon wasn't so bright, how awesome that would be looking on the screen right now? You don't realize it. The moon is washing it away. There is some beautiful colors in there right now. It's a shame. The light pollution from the moon is washing it away. That would be intense right now. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, the eBay experience was I bought the GoPro Max 360, and the person threw in all these accessories to sweeten it, make it like. And I'm like, this is just too good to be true. But I tried it. When I got it, the camera didn't work. All kinds of issues. I immediately packed it up and sent it back the same day. So eBay confirmed that it was delivered to the seller. 3 days later, the seller reaches out. We're taking pictures of something that was totally different, like DVDs that, as eBay requested, this return is unacceptable. I'm contacting law enforcement. I was like, they're trying to scam me. So I contacted eBay. eBay opened a case, and the case was closed. Within 3 hours, I got my money back. So then I said, okay, I'm going to order this thing new. I ordered it on Walmart. New. It was supposed to get here Monday by UPS. It said manifest received January 2nd. And it never left. So I contacted Walmart, and they contacted the merchant. Merchant gets back to me and says, the item was lost. Would you like a refund or a replacement? So I said, I would like a replacement. I have not heard nothing since last Thursday when this happened. No, it was Friday. This past Friday. So I just spoke with a Walmart representative. and they gave me a $15 gift card to spend for my inconvenience. But they said, no, the item is not lost. You should receive it within 2 days. So I'm like, what the heck? They said, we're going to contact the carrier. So I'm expecting either the item was really lost, like the merchant says, or Walmart is right that it's not lost and I should be getting it in a few days. So something's got to give. It's a fail on both of them. A big fail. And I'm like, what the heck? Who is messaging me like that? Now I gotta get the phone. What is this now? Oh. Interesting. I like Martin a lot. Martin Willis. A fail impulse buy? Oh, I'm getting that camera one way or another. You can bet on that. I invested in my bike now. Like Bob helped me. I got a telescopic pole that I made a MacGyver device that I hooked it up to so I can have this telescopic pole stick up behind me and film 360. Oh, I'm way too deep for this now to back out. Yes, they are. I'm getting a message. So, oh, that aurora, even though the moon is so bright and washing a lot of it away, because you could see those different hues of color, like pinks, violet. There's some beautiful colors there, but the moon is just washing it away. Anyway, what was I got. So yes, let's. I think they emailed me. I drive people crazy too, but I have to. Oh, okay. Just that they're sorry. We're sorry. Take 15. Oh, you can't make it up. You can't. Take. Oh, they gave me a promo code. I have to use it. Get $15 off your next eligible order of 25. So I have to spend 25 to get 15 off. And I have to use it by April 15th. Okay, that's good. Gives me time. It won't take long before an impulse buy occurs. That's what's gonna happen. Impulse buy on the way. Is actually something I do gotta get, but I don't know if I'm not going through no third party never nonsense. I can't take it. I have to say, Amazon has always been tremendous to use. Even if an item, there's not even a question. Oh, that's starting to look really nice on the screen right now. Even if an item is damaged, it's like, we're going to send you, what do you want, refund? Or we'll send you one immediately to replace. They're on it. They don't mess around. Amazon is so reliable, and they call you, they talk to you. It's like, okay, we're going to, I never have issues with Amazon. The problem is I couldn't find the camera at a good price on Amazon. Go to work, Amal. Go to sleep. Oh, no, I've been dealing with Amal for over 10 years. It's got to be like 10 years now. Are you kidding, Bob? You don't think I'm used to dealing with Amal? Of course. Oh my gosh, too funny. But hopefully this will get resolved. Okay, I'm just clearing out messages. What a day. Seriously, like, what a day. What is tomorrow? It's crazy. It's like every day. Nutty. My voice is going to change. It's going to be like I'm on helium 24/7. Oh. But yeah, it's all of a sudden, look how the aurora just took off. Tomorrow, SpaceX at 5 Eastern, Starship. That should be fun. It's not like watching and waiting for Blue Origin, right? I had to do it. TP, what's happening? That is true. Amol has been helpful when he wants to be helpful on my dieting. Yes, that is true. This is true. But that's almost like, how would I say? It's almost like that Twilight Zone episode. Wow, what is it? To Serve Man? It's, oh man, that is a twisted episode. Really. Just came in from stargazing. I don't even know. Alexa, what's the weather right now?
In Newburgh, it's 24 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, you can look for clouds with snow flurries, with a low of 20 degrees.
Nothing happened here tonight. And it's pretty cold outside too. Tomorrow, they see the models are changing. I had to keep an eye earlier in the week for a possible storm. It had the potential to be a nor'easter, but it's looking less likely that we're gonna get any significant snow here now. Thankfully. I don't want that. I definitely don't want to deal with cleaning it up either. Oh, that's the worst. Yep, that model doesn't even have it. This is great news. The models are taking it out to sea. Oh, that changed. The models changed. Thank gosh. Even the euro. Let me see what the American is saying. Same thing. The storm is not coming up the coast. It's going right out to sea. We may not even get any snow. That's why the models change, man. I'm not going to show it on the screen because I like that aurora. But like during the weekend, the models were showing a storm coming possibly up the coast. Now it has it going. Both of them are agreeing now. It's going out to sea. If that would have came up the coast, we could have had the potential for a nor'easter. So that's not going to happen as of the models now. That was supposed to happen Sunday into Monday. That's true too. It does. Look, when not California, when Canada goes through their fire season, we get the smoke here. And you can smell it. And it's hazy. We get sometimes depending on the wind direction coming from the north, we can have that haze, we can have their smoke, we can have that smell in the air. So it happens here. And actually, was it with Mike? Yeah, I was with Mike. That's when Jersey had the fires. On our way to Iron Maiden, you couldn't roll down the windows. You had to recirculate the air in the vehicle. It was so strong. It was horrific. Horrific. Just driving. It's crazy. It's too late to call him. We see the smoke because we're heading right toward it, Newark, from up here. And we could see, Mike, look at that. Look at all that smoke. Yeah, those are the fires in Jersey. Oh, we're driving right into the smoke. And we did. But when we got to Newark, the smoke wasn't there. It was on the highway going to Newark. So we were like, oh, at least we don't have to smell that stuff while we're outside here. But in the car, it was bad. It was like a serious smoky haze that you had to be careful driving. It was on the highway. I was like, wow, I've never seen this before. So yeah, it was wild. And it's acrid. You do not want to breathe that. Oh, it's bad. Bad. Not good. So, and it's not, what I experience is no way near as dense as what the heck is going on over there. I mean, I can't even imagine what that's like. That is unbreathable. That's so, if I experienced it was so unhealthy what I experienced, it was just, I can't imagine where they are dealing with that. Oh my gosh. And God bless those firefighters, officers, National Guard, all the first responders, EMTs, all of them, what they're doing over there. All of them. Thousands. So blessings to them and their families for doing what they're doing and putting personal risk to themselves to save others. They're the ones who deserve the credit. 100%. Doing their best. They're doing their best. And also Canada. And also Canada's part in helping, sending equipment, assets. So there's a lot of thanks to go around too. And people from all over the United States. Volunteers. Donations. Because, like Michael, he's from here. Somebody I know, and he comes into chat often. He's a volunteer firefighter. He was out there. He came back, I think, this past weekend. They're coming from all over the country to volunteer, too. Which is a great thing. I saw that. You know, that's causing actually a controversy. That's causing a lot of controversy, you know. I haven't seen much of that. I did see a reference, I think in an email, because I don't watch the news. I just don't. I don't have time. I wouldn't want to. I just don't. But in an email, I saw that there's a controversy about having these inmates. I would think they're nonviolent. I would assume. They're low-risk inmates. I would think, right? Like, there's a minimum, a medium, and a max. I don't think we're dealing with max or even medium. It's probably like the minimum. Like I said, non-felonies, misdemeanor types. But I don't know. I don't know the details, so I can't speak about it. But I did see something about that, but they said there's a controversy about that. So I really don't know that much information about the specifics regarding that, but I did hear about it or read about it. You know, that's in a lot of places, in a lot of states, they use inmates to do road work, cleaning. I mean, this is not something, but are they trained to be volunteer firefighters? That takes training. I mean, just thinking it from that point of view, I mean, what are you doing? Throwing a rake in their hand and putting on a mask and just telling them, and do they know what to look for? Are they trained to know a hot spot in the ground, what it looks like, if it's black or white, what the indicators are? You know, like, yeah, I don't know, TPI, like I said. But again, it's not just having them as volunteers. Are they trained to know what to look for or what they're doing? What roles do they have? What is their capacity? You know what I mean? What are they actually doing? Because I would question that. Because you ever see how they do it with those lines? They all gather across the line and they're looking for the hot spots to make sure that there's nothing still, embers burning underground. And if it's like a whitish color, that's a hot spot. If it's black, that doesn't necessarily, you know, they have to still check it, but that means it's cooler. It's the white areas that are hot. So you have to know what to look for. And they have spotters, you know, they're on that. But are they putting them on that line? I wouldn't think so. Because that's a that's a trained situation. They have to know what they're doing. But I'm sure there's other roles they can play that is, as you know, not as demanding and need that specific training. You know? Exactly. It's rough training. So, you know, I like I said, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. But it can't be like a serious training part of it. It's got to be something else that they have them doing. Maybe clean up. I don't know. And they, you know, I saw some of the footage on videos and I saw the fire tornadoes and how that looked. And I was like, oh my God, that just looks, it's almost surreal. It looks like something out of a movie, but it's real. It's just unbelievable to look at. It's just like, oh my God, this is real. Look how, it's just horrific. Really, it is horrific. It is horrific to look at. And then to see, because, you know, I look on X and some other places I got Instagram, I get all stuff coming in. And to see how areas are completely wiped out, all these homes all clustered together and they're all gone, or most of them are gone. It's just like, oh my God. It reminds, in a weird way, when Andrew hit Florida, Homestead, and the devastation it left afterward. It was like, oh my God, everything's gone. And, you know, unfortunately with a tornado, they can be very wide. They can be devastating, and they leave a trail of catastrophic, just such a horrific situation with that too. But when you see such a big, giant, because you know how a tornado is, one house could be totally devastated, yet not far by it, it's intact. It looks like nothing touched it. Can you imagine? Like, you had a neighbor once living there, and now they're gone. The house is gone. But our house is still standing. that could have been me. That could have been us. That has to be. So when I see these whole neighborhoods wiped out, I'm like, oh my God. It's horrific. It's hard to look at, really. It's hard to look at. I can't, I can't imagine. And I know people. I was talking to somebody earlier.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother.
Of course you're sorry, but what is it?
Have you seen the picture of Mother Teresa?
No, I haven't.
How can it be?
I don't know. It's in the house somewhere. It didn't walk away. She's in the middle of the fires. She's like in the middle. It's just Bill, I got fires all around me. And she sent me a message on Skype. I just hope it doesn't pop up on the wrong screen. Good. It didn't. Yes, I said, I hear. Okay, I'll just read from the beginning. Watching those damn fires 24/7, we are dead center of them. And I said, OMG, oh my God. And she said, yes, one of my grandkids had to evacuate with his dad and stepmom, but they are home now. And then she says, thanks for checking with her, because I wanted to know how she was. So, my God. I've been calling a lot of people that I know in California, in LA or in the surrounding, or messaging them through email or text, just, praying for them that they're okay. Even though mom's already against it, I'm going to California this fall. God willing. I'm going to California, but I'm going to Central Coast, California. To go hang out with my buddy, Merle Fankhauser, the musician who wrote Wipeout. He's invited me to stay in his home. I've never been to California, and I am definitely going regardless of what this one says. And it's going to be 10 days because I ain't going no less. Bill's going to Cali. That's odd. And I have to do it before the winter hits here because then I have to worry about the house, the cold, the snow, this, that. I have to close the pool early. Whatever it takes, I'm going to Cali. And he invited me to stay in his home. He said, Bill, don't worry. You could stay in my home. He's such a great guy because he's planning to do his Tiki Lounge thing again in the fall. Live music. I want to be there. I want to film it. I would like to do something for the station because all his music is his. No worries about copyright. He owns it all now. He made sure of that. It took him years to get Wipeout back from the record label, like so many other artists went through at that time period, fighting to get their songs back. And I would love to do a little documentary on Merle Fankhauser, one of the pioneers of surfer music. And he's agreed. And I get to, and I am definitely, I already asked him and he said yes. I am going to jam with him on the drums. Do you know what that's going to be like to jam with Merle Fankhauser for me? It's going to be like, this permanent smile will never come off. Just to jam with this living legend. And get that on film. Oh, and to visit some friends that out there that I have. But they, depending on distance. It's going to be fun. Oh, I'm flying. Are you kidding? I'm not driving. I'm flying to Cali. Ain't no way I'm driving. Maybe I'll borrow Merle's vehicle and we take a ride. And he shows me the beach spots because he's been he surfed there as a kid. before he went to Maui and lived on Maui for a while. Merle's awesome. Yeah, I'll be flying. TP, no way. I ain't going through that. Flying. So yeah, that's the plan at least. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. God willing, nothing. But I've always wanted to go to California and experience that. I hear so much about it. And he says he lives 2 miles from the beach. I'm going to the beach. And he's got a big stage in his backyard, the Tiki Lounge, where the musicians play. You know, he's got a nice house, property. You know, it's gonna be like so cool. I can't wait, actually. I've had, like visions of like what it would be like to go to California. I swear, even dreams, like if I was there. No joke. And now I could be living it out. And I can't ask for a better place to go. And Merle's home. And it's funny, he talks about his neighbors, which I'm not going to talk about because that's private, but they're celebrities, musicians. Yeah, I ran into the store the other day and I was talking to such and such from if I said that, I'd be giving it away, from a classic rock band, a progressive band. And it's like that. They all live in the neighborhood, It's like, oh my gosh. So that's kind of wild in itself. Here I am, me, walking into this, neighborhood with all these celebrities living in them, and I'm not going to be like, oh my God, this is different. So it should be interesting. But so yes, tomorrow, SpaceX, 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what's going on with Blue Origin. After my experience the other night, I don't want to know. That was horrific. And their coverage was brutal. Brutally amateurish, poor, in so many different ways. That it was not good. Not a good first. First impressions matter. That was definitely not a good first impression. Oh, that was brutal. I don't know if you've seen it or watched it. It was pretty bad. And almost everyone in chat had the same sentiment that it was poorly done. From people that I was surprised that complained that it was poor. I wasn't expecting it. Everybody was like, this is bad. So, and yes, it was nice to, oh my God, I forgot to call Chris. I spoke to Linda Moulton Howe today for like, oh my God, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I was muted the whole time, pretty much. I heard about the Redwoods, but that's Northern California. I would love to go there and even see the mountains and everything. You're right. You're right, TP. And Merle's getting up there in age. Who was I going to call? Chris. He's up. It's not that late. Maybe it is. I wonder how far that is from where Merle is. I'm gonna go look at Google. I can't have this on the screen. Not right now. I'm not gonna show where Merle is. Even though it's Merrell, he says, Bill, it's Merle. Do you know how long it took me as a New Yorker to get used to that? Merle. It's Merle Fankhauser, not Merle. Merle. Bill, it's Merle. Oh, boy. He says he can just barely see the haze from his location of what was going on. Okay, that's not where he is. Oh, that might be. There's LA. Wow, that is a small ass community. Wow. Google even has it blocked off that you can't see what's there. That I have hardly seen. They don't even want you to see what's there. I can't believe that. There must be some like really important people that live here that they would do something like that. Okay, I got it now. But I don't know if he's there still. I ain't calling him. But he said he's central. Which, I don't know if I'm getting this right. I'm not familiar with California, so it's like, I know where he was when he was young. I don't know if he's still back there. But Grover Beach. I know this is where he grew up surfing. And I'm assuming that he's somewhere in here now. He told me he's 2 miles from the beach. But I don't think he lives close to people, so. But yeah, this is a general area where Merle is. There's probably going to be more up here. That looks like all mountains. Looks like a mountainous area. That ain't no 2 miles from a beach. I don't even see beach over there, so I'm thinking it's got to be over here somewhere. If I had to guess. Nice, looks beautiful. But the thing I've always heard so much about California. Oh my God, where am I? Mexico? The frick am I? What did I just do? Okay, there's Grover Beach. LA. Where's Long Beach? This is, and that famous pier. That's not far from where this guy is, our friend Fantasy. He's near here somewhere, I think. But I'm not familiar with this. Long Beach. You know, this is things I hear about. And what about the highway? What is that? Pacific Coast Highway or something like that? I need somebody to give me a real tour of this. I love adventures, but I need somebody familiar with this area to tell me what the heck to do. Oh, that looks like some place to drive. Oh yes, this looks like a place to drive. What is this? Sunset Beach. Yeah, this is Huntington Beach. I've heard of this. I think Fantasy's not far from here. Oh no, you could see it now. I don't know exactly where he is. I don't. I forgot to ask him, to be honest. But this highway stretch, I would love to do that. Man, that would be awesome to bike ride too. So yeah, this is something of interest for me. Because I like to do things like that. I mean, I could rent a car and just go nuts. Alexa, dim living room light, 50%.
Okay,
Alexa, make an announcement.
what's the announcement?
Mom, can you please make the tea?
Announcing.
Mom, can you please make the tea? I asked her an hour and a half ago. She said she was gonna. I'm just lazy right now. And I don't know if I have milk. If I have milk, I'll just heat it up in the micro and make hot chocolate. It's that simple. It's probably the best solution right now. It's probably my only choice to make right now. You gonna do it? Because it's moldy. So you gotta clean it really good. Huh? Sinus, yeah. Oh, when we got rid of the boxes, that was gone a long time ago, man. That's a long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago. She's actually making it. Don't you remember I had to replace the box and we lost everything? It's got everything got
I
gone.
want to tell you something. Do they have that? Because I think I
I gotta look it up
yeah.
on Amazon.
Please do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's what it is. Now, I'm not gonna use no water to make the tea from the faucets.
I don't know if we have bottled water in it. Don't.
No, I'm not gonna use that water because you know.
Mom, we have well water. We
I
do
don't-
not have
I still
city
don't know.
water. Our water is perfect. It gets tested. Drink our water. We don't have city water. We have well water, and I test it, and the water is great. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Here comes part 3.
ask for Avis.
I will after I'm done live streaming.
Because Avis going through a lot with that
Okay.
thing.
All right, and get your stuff ready for the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, that, yeah. What? I put a dress or pants or whatever, but what's why I gotta get everything? I got a lot of clothing there that I could choose just like that and anything I want.
Oh my God, the voice started changing.
I could get anything I want.
All right, Ma. See you.
Dr. Patel, you better don't carry my case.
Just don't add no lemon. I'll do that. Just make the tea. Oh my gosh. I never thought making tea is so complicated. I mean, I'd rather have my well water than depend on city. Are you kidding me? Ill. And the stuff they have to do just to get you water that is considered to be good enough to use? Oh my God, heck no. I mean, think of where the bottled water comes from. Well, I can't even say that because that's not necessarily true, but you envision it coming from some kind of a spring, a mountain spring, right? Like real spring water. You would hope it's that, but I don't think that's the case. In some instances. I would like, that's something I'd be curious to look up. When they say it's spring water, is it really spring water? That's actually bothering me right now. Okay. So they do. They have rankings. Okay. Check this out. For example, Aquafina's water. They're number 28 on this list. Pure Life is number 29. Aquafina's water is sourced from public water sources. And it's another water that is essentially bottled tap water. It also undergoes a purification process that removes everything except trace amounts of minerals, and the company doesn't add anything back into the water. On the plus side, some of the company's water bottles are made from recycled plastic. Oh, whoopee-doo. Regarding taste, Aquafina tastes only slightly less plasticky than Pure Life. Oh my God. It's tap water. It's public water. Aquafina. Can you imagine that? That's what I was wondering. Pepsi owns Aquafina. And this other brand, Dasani, is similar to Aquafina. It's sourced from municipal water supply or protected groundwater sources. And it undergoes a purification process to meet FDA standards. And then they have the actual spring waters. Life Water. A lot of them I've never seen these names. Crystal, Geyser, Evian, I know that. Body Armor, Sport Water, Alkaline 88. Fiji is spring. Actually, the Phoenix is pretty good water. Liquid Death. The top on this list, Liquid Death. Though Liquid Death has an abundance of flavored waters, I choose to drink its plain, still water for the purpose of this list. It's no secret that the company's marketing is absolutely stellar, but does the water hold up? It's sourced from a deep underground mountain source. And like you may have guessed, it's full of naturally occurring minerals and electrolytes. Okay, so Eternal number 9, Icelandic Glacial 8. This one, Waiakia. I don't even know, I've never seen that before. Voss is 6, Mountain Valley 5, Gerolsteiner 4, Just Water 3, San Pellegrino 2, and Proud Source is number 1 for bottled waters on this list. And I'm sure there's other lists that have different ones. But I'm just saying, just so there are waters out there that is actually municipal water, tap water. It's like drinking tap water. It's bottled tap water. You have to be, if you're looking for a spring water, I hope it says spring water on it. I'm just going to check if Aquafina tries to say it's spring water, if it has that on the label. Because that's like not true. I can't see it. Save image. I can't, I don't think that's, it can't say it. That would be like false advertisement. It probably just says bottled water. It's not going to say spring. It can't. Ah, man, it won't let me save the picture. Well, I could do it a different way. Aquafina water. Images. No, see, it doesn't. It says pure water, perfect taste. I was going to say, it doesn't say spring water. It just says pure water, perfect taste. I couldn't read the label. See, they can't pull that. So that's what you got to watch out for. Make sure it says spring water, I guess. Because there's bottled water and there's spring water. I have filters in my garage that come from the water line, and then it goes to the water softener, and then it goes to the 2 filters, and then it comes into the house. And on the faucet, I have filters which I need to change. I think it might be time to change it to a new filter. You unscrew it, you put the new cartridge in. So I have multiple filters here. Really? Deer Park claims to be sourced from 10 different springs listed on the bottles. 100% spring water. I mean, you would think if they say that, it's true. But, you know, sometimes you find out it's not necessarily the truth. Oh, my. Let me know when that tea is done. I don't hear a response. If just think how beautiful that screen would look right now if the moon wasn't washing away with all its light, the activity of this aurora right now. Look at the colors on that screen. Do you realize how beautiful that would be looking right now if it was a dark sky? But the moonlight is just washing it all away. There's a lot on that screen. Just, you know, it's like one thing after another. Of course, somebody just came here. Well, not a somebody. Something. That is now here. Just as I was settling in. You can't make this up. You know, because eventually I have to give in. Here he comes. Pushing my, you saw that? Look at him. Pushing my hand. The aggressive stuff. My back. I gotta pull the stool out so he has some place to stand. I don't want him to get hurt. That is my baby. My Wackel. Call 1-800-A-MOLE. Here it comes. This is the baby. This is Tycho baby. He is the baby. My baby. That is the baby. Maybe the stool's sticking out too much. That he can't stand on his hind legs close enough. You are my baby. You know that? You are my baby. And it's funny because he gives you those, I swear it's like a puppy-eyed look. Like you feel sorry thing. It's like, I don't know what it is. He knows how to get to me. Oh, there goes a big yawn. Because he is the baby. This is the baby. He's saying, I don't want to be touched. I want you to take me outside. He does that. He gets annoyed. Like, look, see? He's just moving his head, so he doesn't want to be petted right now. That's not what he wants. He says, the heck with that. Take me the heck outside. I don't want to be petted. I'm going to take him out.
You want to take him outside?
I have to. I can't tease him like
When
this.
he came here to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. He's telling me to take him out. He always does that. You know
Does
that.
it to me, so I could feel sorry for him.
You're for the food, I'm for the takeout.
And
That's-
that's the baby.
That's your role. You feed him when he does that. He goes to mom. He purposely goes there to say he might be doing it right. He's doing it right now.
Yes, sweetheart.
He's doing it right now. Ma, Tycho's hungry.
Are you hungry?
And then he goes to her.
Are you hungry?
Oh my God, I thought somebody was behind my tarp.
Is my taquito hungry?
It almost looks somebody was moving right there. It's the wind.
I put your hot dogs there, Taco. You ate it already.
Let me take him out.
I think he wants to go out.
Oh, I'm taking him out right now.
Yeah, because he finished.
Come back. Let's go.
Let's go, Taco. Let's go. Taco is going outside.
We're going outside.
All right. He's so happy.
The baby.
That's right. That
Did he
is the
bring-
baby.
Do you know he might have brought that bottle inside? There was a. Let me see. By your
Yeah,
foot. Where is it?
I don't know.
That's his
That's
toy.
the one.
That's the one. Do you know that he freaks out with this outside? He brings it inside too.
No.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
There he goes crazy. He's telling me. That's
I
the
need my
baby.
jacket. All right, Mom. Let me get through.
Oh, stop. I'm going to change my name. That's what happened when we were in the shopping and you go, Ma!
Don't walk over there for anything because you got the cameras on. They'll see.
Ma! And then one guy said, Ma? Ma? And you tell me, Ma? Oh my God. This is disgusting. Uh-oh, Tycho, go. Tycho, go with Billy. Where is he? Oh, he's with you? Already he's with you? Wow, thank God. Put a jacket.
Where's the bottle?
What bottle?
The soda bottle that I played with you.
I said, you gave it to me. What's that? I don't know.
Where is it? Right here. Make that tea, please.
Think I want to see?
Should be, but I know it's got a soda. tires me out doing that. Oh, it's too funny though. He's a character. He is a character chasing that bottle. He goes crazy. He flies all over the place chasing the bottle. All right, let's get back to. Whew. What's the temperature? 23 degrees. Oh, man. It's cold out there. All right. Better. For a second, thought this had like a weird. What's bugging out? YouTube? YouTube just bugged out on me. Let me know when that tea is ready. You know what? I want to hear my dance song. Because I can't put anything else. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, Trovo, Kick. No, it won't do that. You know why? Because you don't have the lid on it, number one. You left it open, the tea. Where's the lid? You have to put the lid, and you got to put the front thing down so it whistles that you know the tea is ready. The kettle. I better go check. If that's what you're waiting for.
Huh?
Let me see.
So you go on sweep the floor and then do that.
No, I got to see what you did.
What I
Where's the top of this?
don't know.
And this has to be down. In order for
And
it
then
to
you go,
whistle. Oh my! Oh, I shut that heat off. Good. I actually got to go outside and get more wood. Right now. Can't believe it's almost 11. I should spray. Let me see something.
really?
What is it now?
A little try to get that on Amazon
Get what?
for be able,
I'll try tomorrow.
because you know what, he goes through a lot with that.
I will try.
sauce.
I will definitely try tomorrow. Right now.
Hey, you better, hey, stop it! That's how you think you are.
I hate doing that. Trying to separate some of these. All right, so the shuttle is already white. The bottom piece is already black. So all I gotta do is the detail. This has to be sprayed completely white. The wings can be kept gray, but I'll paint that. The underbelly is going to be a blue. That's going to be a pain. It's too cold to paint outside right now.
Did you put it empty back in there?
What?
Sweeping.
What are you talking about?
You put the tea things in there.
No, I did not. I thought you did.
How can I be be doing that when I'm sweeping the
Oh, so you
floor
know
and
what? I
cleaning.
just might as well make the tea because you just put the water on? That's all you did?
Yeah, I'm cleaning. Why, you want to sweep the floor? You want to clean everything? Then you do this and I'll do that.
God.
Oh my God, nothing, Billy. Please stop it.
Let me go.
I'm old.
Let me go through.
I'm older now. I'm not a young chick to be cleaning and doing shit here.
There are tea bags in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. There are tea bags in there. Not enough, but there are. And definitely not enough water. Yeah, I am doing it. I did the dishes. No way, baby. No way. I wonder why this one is such a problem. All right, I got it. Now pay attention for the whistle. And then let me know. Because I got the headphones on and I can't necessarily hear it. So pay attention for the whistle. Oh my God, I forgot. I gotta get firewood now on top of that. Whoa. I almost fell. Good. That's done. And I forgot to mention, if all goes to plan, I'll be making a special announcement about an affiliation for the station. We're working on it. And I'm excited. Oh, am I excited. When I'm able to make that official, I will make that announcement. But this is some really cool stuff. Now that's a major tease. But it's super cool. But I can't talk about it yet. But it looks like it's gonna happen. And like I said, it's gonna be pretty cool. I just took you out. What is going on with you now? What is that about? I mean, now he's just getting ridiculous. Yeah, and then like I said, today was really nice to talk to Linda. Been a while. And she even said it. Bill, it's been a long time. It has. But she'll be on the UAP show sometime end of February. Which is cool. I'm sure the guys will enjoy that. She's going to do an hour. That was what was agreed upon. But still good to hear from Linda. At least, you know, whoever wants to tune in. Tomorrow I'll have Robert Salas on at 9 Eastern for a little while. That's always cool. You can join me right here on my stream. And he's got his YouTube channel. And, man, I forgot his website off the top of my... His wife, I'm telling you, his wife is sweet. Marilyn, she's sweet. A real sweetheart, she is. Tycho, I'm telling you. I'm telling you to just chill out now. That's it. So this is Robert's website. And yes, I can put it up because we're going to have him on tomorrow night. And if you're not familiar with him, go to the Maelstrom Files. And you can get more familiar with his background, what he went through when they were at the base, and how the missile men were shut down. And this is just the documents he's able to obtain from FOIA. And that's another person that deserves a lot of credit for what they do. John Greenwald with the Black Vault and what he does. And again, people attack him, whatever. I mean, the guy has been putting out information for such a long period of time. He's been doing such a great service by doing this. The Black Vault. But he also, and I had it. Oh my God, I don't know if I have it still. But he's got all, I mean, everything here. He's got the audio testimonials. He's got a lot of stuff here. Now, let me see if I have it. I hope I didn't delete it. He'll have to resend it to me. Oh, I know how I got it. I can get it through the email. I don't think I deleted the email. That's probably the easiest way. He sent me a bunch of stuff. Let me see. Let's go back to this for now. Let me find his email now. Here it is. Open. Download. This is to give you a little background of what I mentioned either this morning or yesterday about bringing Robert Salas on. Just to give you a little background, because he had sent this to me. Why isn't it coming up? It's a PDF. Okay. Let me check if it downloaded. Okay, I can get rid of all these videos for the show. I got it. It downloaded. Hold on. He thought it was going to be a 90-minute meeting with Arrow. Didn't turn out to be the way he thought it was going to go.
I don't know, man.
Uh-oh, before I show this on the screen, Mom is coming. Yes.
This dog is the most adorable thing ever. He's so beautiful. God bless you, Tiger. I'm not gonna go there because you got your toys there. And I don't know. I was gonna give him water.
All right, man.
I think you should give him the water.
I don't know if I can read this. Not this part. All right, yes, Ma.
Wait for Billy to give you water because I know you're gonna try to bite me because of those things.
This is actually a correspondence from Arrow. He actually sent me the email that he had with Arrow. I don't know how many people have this. I don't know if I want to show this.
Put you on lemon.
Okay, he sent me this. I didn't know he had sent me this. I better download all of it. Okay, let me open show in folder. I have to be careful. So this, it's going to pop up. Oh my gosh. All right. It can pop up on this screen. This is actually where he worked. Right there. That's an image of where he worked underground that controlled the Minutemen missiles. Now, I got to be careful because what's going on, Mr. DePerno?
Oh my God.
I'm live. I'm live, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to mute?
What I talked to Don,
Uh-huh.
and really, it's really up in the air. So far they haven't shut his electricity off, but they're saying there's a possibility. So, I don't know what you want to do.
I'll give it till tomorrow evening because then it's just too quick of a flip. So if we don't know any clarity by tomorrow evening, then we just do a replay.
Okay.
But I did send them the message that Linda's going to be on at the end of the month. End of February.
Yeah, he didn't mention it, so he might not have seen it yet.
Okay.
Because they're now just worried about the looting that's going on there.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've seen it
So,
on emails.
is everything okay with Jason?
Oh, yeah. Why?
Oh, because you said you had a meeting with him and Eric, and I just thought, if he's okay.
No, he's really enjoying everything going on. This guy, Jason, is He's a celebrity on TV, you know. He's got a big following. Another 48 hours.
That's where I told you. I told you that.
Let me mute a second. I'm not on camera, so they can't read my lips. I'm unmuted. That's what Eric was going to mention to you, but I'm mentioning it to you first.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Why didn't Jason just call me?
No. Because, like I said, I'm unmuted. Just
He could have
Why don't you?
and said, "Hey, Chris, help me out."
Well, he's.
He knows that.
Well, maybe you want to call him and talk to him, and just tell him that you and I spoke, and that you might know a few events that he can attend. Maybe that Florida event that you attend this year now, maybe they would be interested in having him.
Yeah, if he's probably got a good case, so they could talk. Yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of shocked that he didn't call me himself.
Well, he probably, you know what? I don't even think he thought of it that way, because I was the one that said, well, you know what? Well, we know this, that, this. Would you be interested? He goes, sure. So I don't even think it actually came to his mind to do it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like that. You know what I mean, Chris? So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of surprised. That's okay. It's not a big deal.
No, it's not, because he didn't even think about it. We're the ones who mentioned it, and then he was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea if you know. I said, well, yeah, we know. So that's what I'm telling you.
I can definitely put his hat in the ring.
Dude, there's something going on.
What?
There's something going on with a case that now we have somebody else that has worked exclusively on this, and they're digging. This could turn out to be something very interesting. I must mute. Hold on. Muting. That happened in, I can't talk specifics now, but is that crazy? Now you tell me that's not crazy if that's true.
It's pretty crazy, but
I highly doubt that it exists.
The film is?
Yes, and the source is what you would consider a Chris Mellon type. And that's all I can say, because we're open mic now. On that kind of a level within this government. Think of that, dude. Huh?
Mute your mic for a second.
Hold on, muting. I'm unmuted now. We got to see where it goes, but the right people are digging in to find out more information is what I'm saying. So that's freaking crazy interesting.
Yeah, I would say so.
Anyway, what's on Night Detective tomorrow?
We're going to be talking about about the stuff that's happening with the fires.
So is the chief. He's talking about it too.
Yeah, we found some stuff there where money was diverted for fire prevention and went to other.
Places where it shouldn't have.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, send my love.
$1 million was taken out of the budget for fire prevention.
Yep. Well, send my love to the wife, the babies. Call me tomorrow if anything. Have a great show tomorrow, and I got Robert Salas coming out with my stream tomorrow at 9:00.
Yeah, we got to figure out what we're gonna do with UAP Crossfire though.
Yeah. Let me know. Keep me posted.
All right.
All right, Chris. Have a great night.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. Anyway, getting back to this. Before I put this on the screen, I have to be very careful. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? It won't open it. Let me go back to the email. Holy, that's scary. What just happened? It's like the email was there and now it's gone. Like, that just makes me nervous. Okay, that's not the one. Oh my God, this is like a conspiracy in itself. Okay, here it is. Oh, I can't show this. It has too many personal information. Oh my God, it even has their email. Oh my God, thank God I didn't share this. Oh my God. Okay, I can. Because this is important. Oh my, I didn't know he sent me this. I don't think you've. Mom, what in God's name?
You know that they,
Make me the tea.
the fire,
Uh,
that fire wasn't, came out of nowhere.
no.
They set the fire.
Uh-huh.
Now they're talking about it. Oh my God. People are crazy nowadays.
Wow. How do I download this? I have to download this. I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, I can't share that. That's not happening. Oh man, I just killed it again. There has to be a way for me to
Here's
down.
your tea, and don't bother me no more.
All right. What did you do with it?
It's hot, be careful. Ooh, what is this here? I could drip here and kill myself.
Oh, let me get it. I give it to me. Thanks.
You're welcome.
What is that?
What?
This is water.
No, that's the tea.
No, take that. Don't mess around. Now you're being a joker. I can't believe you just tried to pull that on me. I cannot believe you just did that.
Coño, man, I missed.
You blew that.
Oh, man. Chiquito, don't go to that. You're going to get burned, please. You
Download.
can't anything. Good trip here. Get hurt.
All right, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Download. Got it. Now I got it. All right. So before, because he's coming on tomorrow, so I'm going to give you a little background. What's going on here? I'll wait till Mom leaves because this is important to read.
April Fool.
I actually got information here that is just downright scary what he sent me. I don't even know if I should read this. All right. So Robert Salas contacted Arrow. And this is quite some time ago. I would be honored to he wrote to them, I would be honored to participate in an interview with the Arrow team about my experiences related to the UAP. At this time, I am fully prepared to be interviewed and respond to any questions under oath. Since I did sign an NDA about my incident, which a lot of them do, if I would ask for some written agreement relieving me of the need for secrecy under said NDA. I would also request that I be allowed the time to give a full presentation of my testimony, including the presentation of unclassified documents and audio tape testimonies. And then he provides his phone number, blah, blah, blah. So then they wrote him back. I don't know if I should read this. But I think it's important what these people go through. We can discuss greetings and thank you for your prompt reply. This is from the Pentagon. The Pentagon to him. Greetings, and I can see exactly where it came from, and it has this is scary stuff what I'm looking at right now. Greetings and thank you for the prompt reply. We can discuss with you in more detail the newly signed FY23 National Defense Authorization Act, but it essentially states, oh freak.
I feel bad.
Ma, this is not a good time.
I don't have no lemon juice. We don't
There's
have
so many lemons in the white refrigerator on the bottom that it's ridiculous. But it essentially states that the information you provide to Arrow personnel regarding your witness interview and any resulting statement are considered now by law to be an authorized disclosure as defined in the FY23 NDAA, which details that an authorized disclosure, quote, shall not be subject to a non-disclosure agreement entered into by the individual who makes the disclosure. It further states authorized disclosure shall be deemed to comply with any regulation or order issued under the authority of executive order, blah, 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 relating to classified national security information. Or, and I always say this, I can't believe it, or Chapter 18 of the Atomic Energy Act of 1954. I've been talking about that for freaking years now, that is all hinging on this Atomic Energy Act of 1954, and there it is right there. And the authorized disclosure is not a violation of section. So this is why when you see people doing these testimonies at hearings, they always say that I signed an NDA, I can't talk about it, and this is why. Right here. It's right here. I'm seeing it. I'm reading it to a witness. And the public is, well, this is what they go through. Please find an attached copy of this part of the FY23 NDAA for your review. We will also review all of this at the beginning of the interview and will document this understanding accordingly. We will gladly allow.
Alexa, turn
This
the-
is getting ridiculous with my mother now. I
turn
can't
the
even
light
talk.
on in the living room.
The light is on. Alexa, brighten living room light 50%.
It's dark here. Here, take to your tea.
She's ruining the flow of this.
Oh my God, I can't.
Anyway,
I can't take it no more.
we will gladly allow for your full testimony, and we will welcome any presentation or support you are will to provide. Such an additional documentation, audio files, etc. If you have a copy of your NDA, we respectfully request a copy for our records, as it would be a very important reference document in our historical investigation. What do you want? What do you want?
What's wrong? with
This
you?
is a very important thing I'm reading right
doing
now.
a lot for you.
All right, just
okay?
ask. Just tell me what you want.
Okay.
All right, just tell me, ma.
Okay, here.
Thank you.
This is hot.
All right,
Be
good.
careful the way you hold it.
Well,
because
you're
Tycho's
handing
right
it to
the
me
way.
in a very bad way.
Because Tycho's is right in the way.
All right, see you later. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. So, with that being said, this is the NDA reference I think they told him to review. And I'm not going to get into too much detail because it's just very long. But this is what he had to go through. Oh my God.
Le escondiste los cigarrillos.
I don't believe this. But here comes the good part. Ma, this is it. I'm very busy right now.
No, I'm not gonna bother you. No. But you want tea? You want this?
All right, that's it. Take that olive oil out of here.
What olive oil?
Right there, that olive oil.
This here?
Now this I don't even know. I think I can show this.
No, that's heavy like.
All right, leave it. I think I can show this.
Enjoy your tea.
I'm not going to show it. I'm going to read it. I'll put a little bit of it on the screen, but then I'm taking it off. So this is on the record. This is on the record. This is on the record. This is the actual memorandum for record. Interview of Mr. Robert Salas through a telephone or Zoom or something. I forgot what he told me. And look at what it says right off the bat. Mr. Salas agreed to be interviewed by Arrow personnel under the FY23 National Defense Authorization Act's authorized disclosure law. Mr. Salas provided an oral statement, attachment 1. You're not going to see the attachments. And supporting documentation, including a PowerPoint presentation, attachment 2, with references, attachment 3, and notes, attachment 4. Mr. Salas recounted an event that took place on 24 March 1967 at Oscar Flight's Launch Control Facility, Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana, where all 10 Minutemen missiles in the flight went off alert due to a power issue caused by an unidentified flying object, UFO. The UFO was first seen by security police officer above ground. Mr. Salas believes a similar event occurred at the LCF for Echo Flight 8 days earlier on the 16th of March 67. Mr. Salas also provided information reporting that a truck driver and a Montana Highway Patrol officer witnessed a UFO consisting of bright lights descending from the sky onto the highway and then off the road into a ravine approximately a mile from the road. Mr. Salas offered the following in his former testimony to Arrow, and this is where it gets into it. Why isn't that showing up on my screen? Or is it? I gotta be careful. And that's it. There's a lot there. We're only up here. But I ain't sharing this. But this is the kind of stuff, this is his actual testimony on the record to Arrow. And he met. Let me see if that's public record. Shit. Okay. It's public. Okay, right here. And it's true. I don't know about this article being necessarily factual in what it's saying, but it does mention the part that I was going to say. Salas, who served as a U.S. Air Force captain, oh, get out of here, shared his views in a discussion with Congresswoman Nancy Mace. The exchange was recorded during a special hearing on UFOs and later shared on social media by Total Disclosure Podcast. Okay. He met with Nancy Mace after the UAP hearing with Lou Elizondo. Schellenberg, I can't remember the guy, the reporter. And Gold that used to do work with NASA. So he met with Congresswoman Nancy Mace after the hearing. So he's already in talks with congressional people. And is he willing to testify at a UAP hearing? Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow night. We're going to cut right to it. And these things, I'm going to bring this up. What was discussed? Is there anything that you can discuss that's not classified that you had these conversations with Nancy Mace? I want to know. I think people would love to know what that discussion was like. And yeah, we'll do a brief summary of the case itself, what he went through, his experience, his account. But he's testified. Behind, And I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to get more in depth with this, but it's gonna be interesting, and we're gonna get right to it. And I told him 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we'll get right to it, cut to the chase, and just get right to it. No messing around. Wow, Pig Pug. Well, at the hearing, if you would have seen it, because they were talking about Immaculate Constellation, and they kept talking about it. I don't want to misquote her. Because that wouldn't be appropriate. I don't like doing that. Nobody's saying her comment. It was Schellenberger, the journalist that was there. But I remember I don't need to go to some outside site. She put it out herself. Yeah, I don't have to go to a third party. We're downloading this right now. But she said that they were on some type of a list because she was talking about Immaculate Constellation during the hearing, like, oh, they're telling us that we're going to be put on some sort of list if we keep discussing this. I think that's what she said, something to that effect. I was like, oh my gosh, during a hearing that she's announcing that she's getting pressure from from right there and then not to talk about it. Something like that. I remember that. I got to see if I can download this. It's coming directly from her office. Yeah, I don't know if I can just, I don't know what to blog. Usually there's a way to download this. Save. Saving. PDF. Nice. Check this out. She released this. Read the day of the hearing. Boy, oh boy. Talk about taking it by the horns. She sure did. It ain't no joke. And it takes a lot of courage to do this. She's putting herself out there. Where is it? Could that be it? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, where's it gonna appear? This is it. This is, why is it doing that? This is what she posted the day of the, I don't understand why this is not moving. Did it freeze on me? Okay. This is what she released on her congressional website the day of the hearing. I think it's 11 or 12 pages. All about Immaculate Constellation. She's trying to be as transparent as possible. And you do realize some of the things on here and the people involved and the corporations, and this is definitely like was told to Tim Burchett, you're kicking the hornet's nest or whatever it was. Technologies of unknown origin and non-human intelligence. You're going to hear a lot of that phrasing right here. Non-human intelligence, NHI. So the public may have one perception of the stuff that goes on. But let me tell you, this stuff is real serious. What's going on? And this is what I keep talking about too. SAP programs, they acknowledge and unacknowledge. I've said this numerous times. This is considered an unacknowledged. Need to know only. You don't need to know about this. Immaculate Constellation is an unacknowledged special access program established following the public disclosure of ATIP and OSWAP programs by Luis Elizondo in 2017. Its primary mission is collecting imagery intelligence on UAP and reproduction vehicles, utilizing tasked and untasked U.S. military intelligence resources. As part of the network of SAP's link to non-human intelligence and UAP technologies, Immaculate Constellation acts as a nexus for collecting, analyzing, and disseminating intelligence on the activities, capabilities, and locations of anomalous aerospace threats that originate from foreign or unidentified sources. And it gets into it. This is what she put out there from her website. And you can go there. I'll put the link in chat. I'm not going to read through all this right now. What, CENTCOM? Look at, I mean. And even that jellyfish situation. So yeah, this goes on and on and on and on. But this stuff is very serious behind the scenes. This isn't like a joke. That people think, you know, they're trying to get transparency They're trying to get the information to the public. Let me see, let me go to history. I'll show you myself. Should be right on the top. Okay, right here. Right here. Nancy Mace. Office of Congresswoman Nancy Mace. And it was released on the day of the hearing. And she put it out there. So this is public domain. And you can only imagine the heat she got for this. So, you know, some of them are trying to do their due diligence to put this out to the public, but they can't, you know, they got to go through a process of declassifying classified. I keep telling people about this Atomic Energy Act of 1954 and how it deals with SAPs, whether they're acknowledged or unacknowledged. This is the root of the problem. When I told Richard Dolan, he goes, Bill, I'm not familiar with that. I said, Rich, look into it. Look into this whole Atomic Energy Act of 1954. He didn't even know. I was the one who told Dolan. Because I stumbled on it. I don't know if somebody told me. I don't remember how I stumbled upon it, but I did. I think it was myself because I was looking into SAPs. It was me. I did the homework on it. And then I fell upon the Atomic Energy Act of 1954 and I read it. I was like, oh my gosh. So this is what it's about. And there's no oversight. That's why Burchett is going nuts. There's no oversight. What about audits? Can you imagine the money? Nuclear, of course, falls under the umbrella of atomic energy. I highly recommend people look it up, the Atomic Energy Act of 1951, and read it yourselves. The real document. There's a lot of ones out there that are not really the document. And carefully read that and what they can and cannot do. So when you do the research and the homework, and you start digging, you see how this is you want to talk about a rabbit hole. And that's why they kept saying at the hearing, overclassified, overclassified, overclassified. How many times did I hear that word, overclassified, at the hearing? Like over dozens of times, overclassified. Because this is the problem. They protect it with the SAP labeling, unacknowledged. It's so classified, they can't touch it. Now, people like me that know what to look for when they're talking the language, we pick up on that. We know why they're saying that. We know what they're referring to. The public may not understand it, but we do. At least I do. It's obvious what they're referring to when they say overclassification, because they make it so at such a high classification, they can't get access to it. That's what that means, overclassification. It makes it almost impossible. And definitely almost impossible. Impossible to release to the public. Impossible. It ain't happening. It's just such a high level of classification. And they do that on purpose so they can't touch it. Pretty much that's what it is. And that's why, and I remember when Tom and I were in this house, Tom Reed, and we got that call. And we were told by somebody, and this is before it came out, we're working on a bipartisan bill to help protect whistleblowers. We knew about the whistleblower deal before it was even close to being made public. A person told us, swear to secrecy, do not repeat it. And I'm not saying who the person was, but they were right. Or Yeah, I don't want to say he or she, but that person was right. Because of all the dysfunction that happens in government, there's one thing that they are working together on, bipartisan, is this. This is a bipartisan issue. This is not a partisan issue. It's one of those rare things that they actually agree on something. So there's frustration all around. But at the same time, there seem to be people higher up in the food chain in Congress that does not want this touched. Why? Gotta wonder why. Been told, back off. Burchett was told, back off. That's pretty serious. He was told, a congressman, a representative of this country, was told to back off. You're kicking a bee's nest or a hornet's nest or something like that. You might want to get bodies around you. What? He needs security? He needs bodyguards? Is that what you mean? Is that a threat? Now, how do you take that? You might have to get bodies around you? What do you mean? And you could look that up. Burchett said that. Paraphrasingly. But he did say that. Something to do like that. That's pretty scary. So why say that? You're kicking the nest, the bee's nest or hornet's nest or whatever it was? That means you're touching on territory that you're making people nervous. Powerful people. Be careful. It's a warning. Think how deep this goes. I know people talk conspiratorial, deep state. Now, I'm not a conspiracist person. I do not. I deal with more objective reality. Yes, like anybody else, I wonder when I hear stuff and I'm like, could there be a hint of truth to that? You know, like anybody else. But normally I won't go down that rabbit hole and say, this is what this is without definitive proof. This is what this is. No, I'm not going there. Like people are quickly willing to do. I'm not one of those people. But when you hear some of this stuff and this, I mean, there are some really powerful entities involved here. And they don't want nobody digging into it. And you got to wonder why. If there's nothing to be afraid of or scared, of something being revealed, and I don't think it has to do with like top secret stuff. I think it has to do with their personal involvement and their role in it. And I think it has a lot to do with money, because it always does. Always does. And we're not talking, this isn't partisan either. This is people from all spectrums of government. Democrats, Republicans, independents. This is not a party line issue here. You can't imagine the people that are involved with this. Now, I am speculating, but with everything I've researched and been told, and that's where this seems to be going. Think of it. Think of the competition between aerospace companies, contractors, people that worked for government, then retired and now working for private sector, aerospace companies. Think of the people that could be possibly invested in these companies. And I don't know. But they obviously don't want people to go too deep and to find out the details. And I really would love to see an audit of these SAP programs. I would love to see an audit, even if it's classified. I don't care. Somebody needs to audit this and then release to the public that they found money that was, I don't want to like say certain phrases, but there was something definitely amiss with the finances. I'll say it like that. Because I think that's what they're worried about. Show me the money. Show me the audit. I know Tim Burchett would love that. Again, I'm making assumptions. But that would be my first thing. I want an audit. I want to see, I want you to open the books. But the thing is, if these unacknowledged programs are protected, you have no right to see it. How do you go about doing something like that? It's a need to know, and it says it in the language. It's law. It's under the Atomic Energy Act of 1954. It's there. You would have to take that all the way to the Supreme Court. This is serious stuff. I can't emphasize that enough. And I used to have it downloaded, but I can't find it anymore. I'm telling you, it's scary stuff. Okay. I found it. I hope this is the one. I did have a copy of it. It just said, would you like to override it? Okay, we're going to have to make this really big. And I'm going to have to find the language. Because this is one heck of a big document. It's 196 pages. What's up, Gringus? It's a big document. I'm trying to find a specific reference. Like I said, this is 196 pages. It's unbelievable. Even research and development, they outline the specific language. I recommend everybody getting this. And this ain't my words. This is coming directly from the Atomic Energy Act. I'm only on page 20. I'm trying to find the specific language. I don't remember what it was. It's getting into a lot of the nuclear part right here. Plutonium, all that stuff. A lot of it is nuclear. The levels of radiation, like agreements that were made. Acceptable. My God, it's still going. I mean, it is the Atomic Energy Act, so it's going to have a lot of this. military application of atomic energy. Now it's getting into the medical area. Look at this one. This is a nice little language in here. This I didn't see this part before, but this is an important thing in the law. The president may exempt a proposed agreement for cooperation, except an agreement arranged pursuant to subsection blah 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 blah. So the president may exempt a proposed agreement for cooperation from any of the requirements of the foregoing sentence if he determines that inclusion of any such requirement would be seriously prejudicial to the achievement of the United States non-proliferation objectives and or otherwise jeopardize the common defense and security. So they got powers here for the president that he can do and can't do in here. And the Secretary of State is also mentioned in here. It's now getting into like what the House can do, the House Arms Committee, the Senate. It's breaking it all down. Cooperation with Berlin. That means the Russians. This is 54. I'm only up to page 50 something. I wonder if there's a way to search the word. There's a lot of... There's a lot of wild language in here. That the president, the role of the president. There's a lot of what the president can do in here. And interestingly, there are amendments in here. They even include the updated amendments in here. I'm still going. I just don't want to miss it by going. It definitely brings up Iran in the updated amendments. Oh, Iran is mentioned here quite a bit, actually. France, what's this? It mentions the P5 nations. +1. United States, France, Russian Federation, People's Republic of China, United Kingdom, and Germany. It's breaking down. You gotta remember, this is 196 pages long. And I'm on page 88. And I'm trying to do my best to skim, because I don't want to miss it. And I've seen it before, so I'm kind of familiar with the way it looks. It's like really in depth on how they break down the agreements. Oh, I just saw the word subcontract. What is this? Oh, that's making arrests. But I saw that word caught my attention. I'm getting dizzy almost looking at all these. This language, it's insane. I'm on page 113. It's dizzying. Wow, this is an interesting thing. In the event of a nuclear incident involving damages in excess of the amount of aggregate public liability under paragraph 1, the Congress will thoroughly review the particular incident in accordance with the procedures set forth in section 170I, and will in accordance with such procedures take whatever action is determined to be necessary, including approval of appropriate compensation plans and appropriation of funds to provide full and prompt compensation to the public for all public liability claims resulting from a disaster of such magnitude. With respect to any nuclear incident occurring outside the United States to which an agreement of indemnification entered into under the provisions of subsection D is applicable, such aggregate public liability should not exceed the amount of, oh my God, $2 billion. There's a lot of wild language in here. This is all about settlements and it's going into the detail for properties, liability, payment. It's crazy. Claims, it's getting into all that right now. Okay. Oh my God, people in possession of uranium? Design basis threat rule marking. It's updated. They added a 170E. The events of September 11, 2001. It's actually listed there. Factors. When conducting its rulemaking. This is an interesting design basis threat rulemaking. It says A, rulemaking. The Commission shall, 1, not later than 90 days after the date of enactment of this section, initiate a rulemaking proceeding including notice and opportunity for public comment to be completed no later than 18 months after that date, to revise the design basis threats of the commission, or 2, not later than 18 months after the date of enactment of this section, complete any ongoing rulemaking to revise design basis threats. Factors. When conducting its rulemaking, the commission shall consider the following but not be limited to: 1, the events of September 11th, 2001. 2, an assessment of physical, cyber, biochemical, and other terrorist threats. 3, the potential for attack on facilities by multiple coordinated teams of a large number of individuals. 4, this is law, the potential for suicide attacks. I'm on TikTok. The potential for water-based and air-based threats. The potential, I'm just not saying the numbers. 7, the potential use of explosive devices of considerable size and other modern weaponry. 8, the potential for attacks by persons with sophisticated knowledge of facility operations. 9, the potential for fires, especially fires of long duration. 10, the potential for attacks on spent fuel shipments by multiple coordinated teams of a large number of individuals. 11, the adequacy of planning to protect the public health and safety at or around nuclear facilities as appropriate in the event of a terrorist attack against a nuclear facility. And 12, the potential for theft and diversion of nuclear materials from such facilities. This is I would suggest people read this. And I haven't even gotten into the SAPs yet, which I'm still looking. That fire thing is kind of interesting, I would say. And then it's going into the punishment. Tampering with restricted data, receipt of restricted data. It's breaking down all the different criminal behaviors. Civil monetary penalties for violations of licensing. Okay, that's just. Where is it? I'm getting there. I'm on to 167. It's got my eyes Googled. Like, I'm starting to bug out from reading it. Can you believe it's not in this PDF? That is weird. That's why I said there's some documents out there that don't include it. Massachusetts Department of Energy. They're not putting it out. I've got to find this. This is gonna drive me nuts now. And I gotta save it when I find it. This isn't it. I can't believe I can't find it now. That's kind of weird. I wonder if they did that on purpose. They revised it. That's why. I need to save this document first. That's exactly what happened. Pentagon establishes new special access program policy. They changed it. That's why I'm having a hard time. And it's all under the Department of Defense now. This is why I gotta download this. I knew something was off. This was September 12th, 2024. Look at this. This is the new Special Access Program policy. They revised it. That's why I was having a hard time. It just got revised. I downloaded this. Yes. And I'm having a hard time getting... Good night, Kathy. What's up, Ben? This is why I was having a time. I can't find the original language. And it's freaking me out. Now, I'm wondering if they removed it. I gotta see if I can find that. Because this is a little, I didn't know. I didn't know about this part. To be honest. And everywhere I go, it's the same one as I just was reading. I can't find the one I used to have. It's got to be on my computer somewhere. Or that would take forever. You see, there's... Okay, I may have something. I may have something. See, this is not it. It's talking about the contractor's role. It says access to special access programs. It's not it. I can't find the original language. It's driving me nuts. And I keep getting the same one. I want to look at the one that I'm showing on the screen. But I want to find that original. This is kind of bugged out that I can't find it. I'm going to look on my computer by some luck. I highly doubt if I labeled it like that. I'm gonna have to try to trick it. I may have found something. Outlined by DOD. The page won't load. Error page. Oh, we got something here. I have to bookmark this. Okay, this is gonna wait. Because he did an article on it, Tyler Rogaway. Okay? At least he's talking about it because I can't find it. I can't find it. Hold on. Because he did a great article on this. It's a few years ago, but it's still a hidden world most people will never see. But all this language, it just breaks down Q clearance, all that. That's not, I want you to read what's down here. This goes into all the history and acquisition SAPs, intelligence, it breaks it down. But here we go. This is what I was talking about. And I don't think I have that document on my computer anyway. I got to look for that on a separate time. Now's not the time. This is what, pretty much, this is the language. Acknowledge SAPs, programs that existence and purpose can openly recognized. With acknowledged SAPs, typically only intimate details such as technologies, materials, or techniques are kept secret. Funding for acknowledged SAPs is mostly unclassified and can be readily seen in the government's fiscal budget. Look at unacknowledged. The shy sibling of the SAP family. When an SAP is designated as unacknowledged, not only is the program's purpose carefully guarded, as the name implies, the USAP's unacknowledged mere existence may be denied to everyone, but a spare few who aren't part of the program. Given their shadowy presence, it should come as no surprise the funding for unacknowledged SAPs is either classified or is intentionally hidden within the federal government. An example of an unacknowledged SAP would be the RQ-170 before it was officially disclosed to the public. And that had to be the drone. So, in rare instances, when information is considered to be most extremely sensitive in nature, the Secretary of Defense can formally exempt a program from federal reporting requirements and establish the pinnacle of the secrecy, the waived, unacknowledged SAP. Due to their ultra-secretive nature, unacknowledged or waived unacknowledged SAPs serve as fertile breeding grounds for conspiracies of hidden crash UFO technology or veiled government carve-outs whereby the general public's benefit is an afterthought. In truth, USAPs or waived USAPs, like anything else that lacks accessibility, verifiable fact, is likely very mythicized. With that said, like any good myth, there's some truth and historical precedent that give legitimate reasons to be concerned with these deeply hidden programs. Yes. He's being careful when he wrote this article. That's obviously what he's doing. Because he's not going to make an assumption and say this stating like this is a fact. But
Bill,
oh Jesus.
who
Yes.
started the fire? They said somebody.
I'm not we already discussed this. Arsonist. I don't know. I haven't been watching it like that.
Yeah, somebody.
Okay. So
started that fire.
this is what I keep talking about. Unacknowledged SAPs right there. That's the big one. That it's a need to know. We don't know what the budget is. We don't know what the heck is going on, and neither does Congress. Pretty much. And now they came out with that amendment. What the heck is that about? And that was only a few months ago. What is that? I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to open that up because I'm afraid that's... Oh, don't tell me I lost it. This, right here, I downloaded it. Oh, come on, move. This is new. Effective September 12th, 2024. DoD Directive, Department of Defense. Cleared for public release. Look at this. Look at this. The DoD will establish and apply SAP security protection to classified national security information in accordance with all this. To safeguard the DoD's most sensitive classified information related to advanced systems, capabilities, technologies, and operations from adversary knowledge. So, in other words, that's what the national security. When, 1, the vulnerability of or threat to specific information is exceptional and collateral security requirements as deemed insufficient or required by statute. B, SAP protected capabilities and information are key enablers to gain and maintain enduring military advantages for the current and future joint force. DoD components will integrate these capabilities and sets of information across the joint force and will maximize prompt apportionment of SAP capabilities and information to ensure effectiveness U.S. warfighting advantages during times of conflict. The DoD will have SAP oversight authorities to oversee SAPs for which the OA, oversight authorities, has responsibility. All DoD SAPs will be assigned to a oversight authority for oversight purposes. DoD SAP OAs are under the Undersecretary of Defense for Research and Engineering, Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisition and Sustainment, Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence Security, and the Director of DoD. trying to see if there's any. Ensures SAP is integrated into and consists with the development of national security and defense strategies. Oh, shit. That's not the one that I heard something about. It's close, but not that's not exactly it. There's something out there that is crazy scary. This is their roles. I'm trying to see as far as who gets access, other than these individuals. They really went off on these SAPs in detail now. Initial access to DoD SAPs will be strictly controlled based on broad collaboration and shared risk with the SAP enterprise. Access to a SAP will be strictly limited to the minimum number of personnel necessary. Granting initial access to a SAP will be based solely upon a determination that the individual, 1, has a valid need to know, 2, has the necessary security clearance, 3, meets approved personnel security prerequisites, and 4, will contribute to program execution or oversight. The determination of NTK will consider an individual's role and potential participation in separate but related SAPs. To enable collaboration and facilitate greater innovation, personnel with this may be access to similar information throughout. Oh, so they're really keeping this tight. And that's why they kept saying overclassification, overclassification, overclassification. They can't get access. It's all the DoD took total control. And it says who the people, and there it is. It said it right there, need to know. And as few personnel as possible. So that was part of the original. But they really went into detail breaking down who has access, what role do they have controlling these SAPs. But it said that need to know, NTK, need to know. And then they broke down who the need to knows are and what qualifications they must meet in order to be a need to know. And there's a lot of people in Congress, they made it so classified that they can't get the credentials to go in and even look at the documents in a SCIF. Let me see if this come up. Because I like doing public domain stuff. That's bullshit. And then there's people. I'm being careful. Okay, that one doesn't mention it. Okay, yeah, okay. This is about, and I'm going to play it, Tim Burchett's frustration. And this is dated This is old. This is from one of the earlier hearings. Disappointing skiff with Arrow director was a nothing burger, according to a UAP caucus. Members of the House UAP caucus expressed their disappointment following a secured meeting with an acting director of Arrow. Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna remarking that the briefing was a nothing burger. The April 17th meeting, this was in 2024, held a sensitive compartmented information facility, more commonly known as SCIF, and Arrow. That's why a lot of people in attendance were Representatives Tim Burchett, Eric Burleson, Luna, and Ogles. Although the details of what was discussed during the SCIF remain classified, Burchett, Luna, and Ogles made no bones about what they thought of the information divulged during the briefing, with Luna outright stating it was a nothing burger. This is what Burchett said. There's no reason any of that stuff was told in the SCIF. This is what Burchett said, implying that what Phillips and Abba had presented to him was nothing that the public wasn't already aware of. Other than to get us not to talk about it. And then Burchett said on News Nation, I think there's a cover-up. This is what Burchett said. There are tens of millions of dollars that we're spending investigating these things. We've had departments tell us that they have recovery units, but they won't release full reports. Everything's covered up. It might be the fact that it's plain arrogance. They don't think we deserve it, Burchett continued. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with high-ranking officials that have told me that America really can't handle this stuff. It's not their position to tell me who or what I can handle. We're Americans. We ought to be able to take it. Give it to us. That's what Burchett said. This is the frustration they're going through. Congressional members. That's why I'm trying to put this picture all together. So they showed them nothing. They brought them in a skiff and showed them nothing. Some BS. Nothing of value. It was just to put them in a skiff and say they got into a skiff. A skiff of nothing. They didn't disclose anything in the skiff. Because everything is so crazy. Yes, exactly, Pig Pug. Exactly. And I don't know, like I said, I'm careful because I like to make sure things are public domain before I start talking about stuff because I don't want to get in trouble. Let me see. Now, this is true. What you see there is true. Because I was told about that. He was briefed on it. And that's why there's a lot of people behind the scenes saying, is he going to really get into this and put it out there? Because a lot of people believe he could be the disclosure president. There's some people saying, hold on. He was briefed during his first presidency and held it. So there's different, thoughts going on behind the scenes. Is he really going to be that disclosure president? He had knowledge of it before, but he held it, just like the JFK files. And he admitted that on Rogan. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now. Because a lot of these people that are going, they're so frustrated, like a Burchett, Luna, Ogle, and some others, they have his ear on this. There was a letter, and I can't find that letter. I really wish I could find this.
Sleeping?
What?
Are you sleeping?
Of course not. See, it's not mentioning the other stuff. I really need to find it. I hate when stuff is there and it disappears. I can't stand that. And I'm finding that more common, believe it or not. I need to start saving stuff before they remove it. It seems like they're removing it. I'd rather show it. but I can't find it now. Okay. It was November 19th. I found it. Oh my God, I found it. I've got to save this. Bookmark this page. It took me a minute, but I found this. Pigpug, check this out. So Tim Burchett wrote a letter to President Trump on November 19th. Look at what the letter says. This is directly from Burchett to Trump. I like to put, like real
I missed
document.
something. Can you say it again?
I like to put real stuff on the screen, not phony like bullshit conspiracy stuff.
I'm not sure what went wrong.
Dear President Trump, congratulations on your historic re-election and thank you for your continued friendship. As you work to dismantle bureaucracy, cut unnecessary spending, and restructure the federal government, I also encourage you to demand increased transparency from rogue agencies. In Congress, I have repeatedly called for government transparency. Just last week, I led my colleagues on the House Oversight and Accountability Committee in a hearing where witnesses testified to retaliation by government agencies for reporting the misuse of federal funds to fund potentially harmful secretive initiatives such as programs to investigate UAP. Our nation is nearly $36 trillion in debt, and I'm sick of unelected bureaucrats telling me UAPs don't exist, while the government has spent millions of taxpayers' dollars looking into them for decades. This isn't about finding little green men or flying saucers. It's about forcing federal bureaucracies like the Pentagon to be transparent with the American people. Know that I strongly support your commitment to reducing the size and scope of the federal government. I will continue my efforts in Congress to hold government bureaucracy accountable to the American people. And that was Tim Burchett. That's what I wanted to show. He's on it with Trump. He's on it. And he's got Trump's ear. But remember, in the bill, who's supposed to be the Secretary of State? Marco Rubio's up for it, right? Well, Rubio UAP bill. Let's just put that. Rubio's part of that. He's part of this. Look. This is his Marco Rubio, U.S. Senator for Rubio. And this is old because they tried back then. It was a bipartisan thing. 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, Rubio, Gillibrand, Kirsten Gillibrand, lower Congressman. They applauded. This is at the beginning of this whole thing. So Rubio is all about it too. He's on it. He's on the UAP thing. Rubio is pro for it. So there's some old articles here, but see, they leave partisan. Top U.S. officials coming. That was 2023. But you'll see that. Look, Rubio Gillibrand lead bipartisan push to strengthen unidentified aerial phenomenon UAP office. Arrow. But a lot of people are questioning Arrow. A lot. But the point is, Rubio's role. And Rubio's Secretary of State? Look. Rubio says we can't ignore it after UFO whistleblowers come forward. He is the vice chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. that current and former government employees with high-level security clearance have, over the last couple of years, shared information with the committee involving what are now referred to UAPs. He's in on it. He wants this to come out. And if he's given that role as Secretary of State, and that's a high position. He has the president's ear directly. So in the inner circle, even, there are people that are pushing for transparency on UAP. So there's a lot of things going on in the background. People communicating, messaging, talking, trying to get into President Trump's ear. Even on Rogan, JFK. But what about UAP? It's going to be interesting. There are a lot of people that believe that Trump could be the disclosure president. And there are some, I think the more people I talk to think he will, rather than those that say, I don't think he's going to do anything. The majority that I've talked to think he is. The Elon equation is interesting too. There's a lot going on. This is very complicated. And like I said, I've taken a lot of time to research all the different areas of this. Including talking, like I'll have later on today now technically, when Robert Salas comes on, he's going to tell you his part. Meeting with Arrow, meeting with Nancy Mace, being a direct witness to something that happened in Maelstrom Air Force Base. It was actually the place where the Minutemen were. He was underground at the command center when that happened. And the guys above were reporting an object hovering. And he'll tell you, at one point, they sounded scared of what was going on above. He'll tell you that. And there are plenty of these people out there, but the problem is a lot of them don't want to come forward because they don't want to go through the hassle of being attacked. They just don't want to come forward. Do you blame them? It's like a circus. And people don't realize when you attack them and when you go after them, it discourages them from coming forward because they ain't going to put themselves or their families or whatever through this stuff. They're not. It's just not worth it. They're like, that's the heck with this. I'm not going to put my family and myself in. For what? For what? To be ridiculed, discredited, intimidated, threatened? You think they want to go through all that? For what? So people could call them disinfo, psyop, and all this other stuff? They're going to become public figures by people in the general public. A lot of us know who they are that are in this field. But now they're going to be like public domain for everyone to go. It's just crazy. By the way, Fantasy, I may be going to California in the fall. Central coastal California. Not Florida. Did I say Florida? I'm so tired. But I would like to eventually take a ride with someone that I'm visiting and check out, it depends on what's going on over there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be there with everything that's going on. That a lot, but I'm going to go visit a famous musician and stay at his home. That's the plan, at least. I talked to him already. I don't know exactly because I forgot to ask him where exactly he is. But it's Mr. Wipeout, Merle Frankhauser. He's invited me officially to stay at his home during the fall while he's doing the Tiki Lounge. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. But he told me yesterday, Central California coast, 2 miles from the beach. That's all he told me. So that's all I have. I'll find out because I got to talk to him. I told him I'll call him in a month just to touch base with him. He said he can barely see the haze. He said, it's sunny here, Bill. Clear skies. I can barely see the haze of the fires where I'm located. I'm looking at my office right now. That's what he told me. So I don't know. So I just went crazy. I got a headache from talking about this UAP stuff. But I'm like I said, I'll have Salas on tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will cover SpaceX tomorrow afternoon. Launch is supposedly going to occur Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Starship test. So then I'll stop that stream, rest, and then come on with Robert Salas. Okay. So if you're not too far, if you're still in California, we definitely got to meet up. He says he lives near celebrities, so wherever that is. I don't know. But he's 2 miles from the beach, he told me. I have no idea. I would love that. Mom's already giving me a hard time. You're not going. You're not going. Oh, I'm going. And I'm going for like 10 days because it's going to be also part of a KGRA thing where I want to do a recording with Merle, do a background of everything he's done in his life, have him perform because he's going to be doing live Tiki Lounge things there in the fall. Just get this all documented. And I asked him, can I play with you? Because I can get on the drums. He said, sure, Bill. I got to record that. I got to definitely jam out with Merle Frankhauser. Oh, even if it's just him and I do Wipeout, and he plays it. Oh, even if it stinks, as long as I get it on video that I was playing with Merle Frankhauser, I'm good. That's all I want. He told me that it's pretty far. He already told me that. I don't care. All I know is I want to get to Cali. I don't care what I have to go through when I get there. Who cares? I just want to get, that's the main thing. Get me to Cali. If I have to drive hours upon hours, I don't care. It's a destination. Just get me to Cali. Even the drive will be fun because it's a new experience for me. Are you kidding? It's unknown territory. I'll have an adventure just driving. It'll be fun to me. That's the way I look at stuff. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and I'm going to get off soon because I'm exhausted. I got meetings tomorrow. I got all kinds of stuff going on. Let me check my emails because I'm kind of in a not so good mood with Walmart and this camera thing. They told me how was your chat with Walmart? Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I receive my package. They're telling me, oh, it's not lost. We're going to contact the carrier. But they just, the seller, the merchant told me it's lost. And that they were going to send me another one. Oh, but it's not lost. Who's telling me what? Oh, we'll let you know within 48 hours. Fantasy. Fantasy. I don't even know what happened, but I had things come up that day too. You ever get that thing from overseas? That thing from overseas. I don't know what you're referring to. That thing from... I get stuff... Oh, yeah, that's right. It was coming from Germany. No, not yet. It's coming from Germany. It's a model company. No, I have not gotten it from Germany yet. It's supposed to come mid-February. It's Revell, a model company. They're based out of Germany. It was a snowstorm. Dude, I can't even keep track of what happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, I can check that tracking right now, if there's any update on that. Mark D'Antonio cost me a fortune, telling me to order all these things that I need to build the models with. Okay, track package. It has been shipped. It's shipped with DHL. And all it says, packer left shipper facility Monday. But it's being shipped with DHL, which is a known shipping company, thank God. But there's no, that's all the information it says. You told me about the restaurant. You told me, didn't you eat pizza or something? You told me a bunch of stuff that you went to eat somewhere. I need to eat. It's too late to eat. And then I'll get sick. If I eat now, I'll be sick. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Today, Wednesday. I gotta take Mom to the doctor today. I have my doctor Friday. Ramen? It was a ramen place? It's sad because I can't eat like I used to. I get sick. It's like I can't. Now I eat like really small portions. Otherwise I get ill. It's good in a way, but if I eat too much, I get physically ill. And I don't eat for hours now between. The Monjaro just slowed everything down. It just doesn't allow me to digest food. It slows everything down. I'm starting to really get that effect now. And I haven't rode my bike in, I can't even remember. Yet I'm not gaining weight. And I'm still losing. So what happens when I start riding again? The doctor actually told me, you were 183 when I seen you 3 months ago. You are now 170. I don't want you to go down below 155. I was like, whoa, that's the first time a doctor told me not to go below a certain weight. He said 155 to 160 he wants to see me at. I was like, oh, and this is my cardiologist. And I'm like, because he sees I'm losing a lot of weight. It's one thing when people lose a few pounds, but when you lose weight consistently, like I have been over the last year plus, they know it's serious. They know I'm serious. And now they're like telling me, you're doing great, but I would like you to see, because it's not really 150. He goes, you could be 150, you could be 145, but I want to see you at 155. That's how he put it. He doesn't want to see me too skinny. He said, you could be 140. For your height, you could be 140. You could be 145. You could be 150. Let's get to 155 and see what happens then. That's kind of how he put it. I was like, whoa, that's not too far away. It's only 15 pounds away. So we'll see. And I don't want to be skinny. You're putting out the laser shot as long as possible. So, you know, I'll see how I feel when I get there. All I know is I would like to lose as much body fat as I can. This is a mission. I ain't stopping. Now, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself in God knows how long. I'm wearing clothing. I want to see. And I could say I got about 3 pounds of clothing on, if that. It can't be that much more than that. Let's see. I gotta reset it. It's showing all the... Yeah, gotta reset it. It's a digital. Okay, so it's saying 173.6. So I'm about 170. So I got socks, shirt, hat, sweatpants, undergarments. About 3 pounds. So I'm at 170. We're doing nothing but just eating the way I am. I'm not doing no real exercise right now. Yet I'm not gaining weight. I'm just there. Maintaining. Good night, fantasy. We'll talk tomorrow or whatever. So, and believe me, a camera does make you look bigger than you are. It just does. Because when people see me in person, they go, oh my God, you lost so much weight. The camera doesn't do it justice. I've lost 66 pounds technically. That's a lot of weight. I mean, it's a lot of weight. And you can see it. This was here. This was out there. This is totally a game changer. And I was working out with the weights. I was starting to get cut again, and I hurt my arm. That was a setback. It still hurts. And I'm definitely asking my doctor for an MRI here. I want to know what's going on. Because I need to know what is going on in my arm with this pain. It's not as bad as it was, but this has already gone on for 2 months. And like I said, the pain is not what it was. It's healing, but it's still there. And I need to know what's going on here. Because I cannot resume working out with weights unless I know. Imagine lifting a weight and it tears worse than it already is or something. I'm dead. I'm troubled. That's big problems. But it's a setback. But it's not a major setback because I can still ride the bike and lose the weight. But muscle mass is important too. Keeping up your muscle mass and not letting your muscle mass deteriorate. You want to keep that muscle mass. So it's a combination of diet, workout, exercise. That's what I've been doing. Diet, workout, exercise, bike riding. And it has worked. And it was making me feel so good with the workout because I was starting to see results. You know, and then bang, I was so upset. But it is what it is. But it's okay. It's not going to stop me. I just got to get doctor's clearance. I'm not going to do nothing prematurely and get hurt worse. Then I'm really in trouble. So I'm not going to do anything until I get proper tests to see exactly. Because I don't want it to be a rotator issue. Torn muscle, something. And I didn't get it diagnosed and I don't know what's going on. I need to know. So I don't have a problem with that. I ask him for the script. Literally, the place that I do get the MRI is like 5 blocks away. And I've done it before. It's not a problem. It's immediate. I could get it done. If I go to the doctor Friday, I'll get it done next week. It's up here, the healthcare is superb. You need to see a doctor, you need to see this, whatever. It's not like a wait forever. You get the appointment, you're in. If I called my cardiologist tomorrow, I need to see you. It may not happen the same day, but he'll make the point to see me because he has hospital duties. You know, they're not always at the office. They work at the hospitals. It's just a matter of logistically seeing him, but it doesn't take a long time. Some places you wait quite some time to see your doctor, primary or cardiologist or whatever it is. Or you might wait for weeks to get a test done. Not up here. So thank God I don't have that problem. Like for mom, if she needs to see her physician, he has multiple offices. It may not be here, he might be in Poughkeepsie, but if you can get to my office, come to my office and I'll drive. I'll go there. No problem. I'll be there. And then there's always urgent care. The ER is definitely last resort. So I would rather go to an urgent care that is walk-in. And the urgent care is up here, you're done in an hour. You're out. It's not like it's packed. It's not like they're overwhelmed. You walk in, you're out of there in an hour. Seriously. So the population, it's not that bad up here. Plus, they have a lot of medical facilities. It's a money-making thing, unfortunately. That's what it is. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. In Florida, it was brutal. When I was in Florida, it was brutal making appointments. Oh my God, it was bad. I don't know how it is now. Florida was a joke with their healthcare system. But that was years ago. I don't know what it's like now. So I can't voice my opinion on the state of Florida healthcare. But it sure wasn't fun back in the day. It's too late to call up my cousins 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't imagine what. And she had a stroke. She's paralyzed on one side. I can't imagine. I'm gonna text her and see if she's still awake. She stays up late, and she's a senior. She's a senior. I would like to ask her that question. Because I don't know the state of their medical care now. And she had a stroke. She's paralyzed. I can only imagine. She's probably not awake. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. But she's told people, I don't know. I can't make an opinion on it. All these messages is insane. She's sleeping. She ain't messaging me back. She's sleeping. I'll find out tomorrow. Anyway, I'm getting off. It's late. I'm exhausted. Tomorrow's another day. And tomorrow, Robert Salos will join me for a little while. That should be interesting. Tomorrow, SpaceX, 5 o'clock Eastern. I'll cover that. As long as it's still on schedule to launch. I'm going to check SpaceX right now. Let's take a look. It's still scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern. The live webcast of the flight test will begin about 35 minutes before liftoff. You can watch it here and on X at SpaceX. They have a new XTV app. So it looks like it's still on schedule. Okay, all times approximate. And then you could just, if you go to SpaceX, you just click that and you can get the feed. Starting today at 4:15 p.m. There it is. You can't see it because I have it blocked by my... What is that noise? Right there it says it. Starting today, Wednesday, 4:15 p.m. This should be awesome tomorrow.
It's Taquito.
I have no idea, but I'm hearing weird noises around me. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to bed. It's been I've been streaming for hours. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. Almost 4 hours. 3.5. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So God bless everybody. Be well, be blessed, be safe. See everybody later today.